Hola, hello, this is me again, Maria. I'm a fashion product developer, just in case you don't know, and I focus myself and my business on streetwear. So this is a cost sheet template that you can use for anything, but in this case, I'm gonna just refer to it for a very simple t-shirt. Let's say um, just a simple one that is having embroidery and print on the back. So just guys, that this is a cost sheet template that I use for my own brands. So anytime I work with a brand, I like telling them, when I'm handling their production, I like telling them how much their unit cost is costing, for them to know what is the margin, what is like the markup they're doing, what is the net profit, and if the retail cost, if they want to increase it, how much the net profit or the margin will be. So let's go for it. Yeah, let's do this example, right? So T example, let's just do it like that. And I'm gonna take this again as Stussy T black embroidery. Let's take that one. I'm gonna put it here just that you know which is the t-shirt that we're talking about, and then we are gonna pretend that one has a print in the back. So let's say this is the print in the back. So I'm gonna put it here, right? So imagine this is the two same t-shirts, like this is the same t-shirt. So okay, so we have it depends where your blanks are coming from or how you want to name your t-shirt. We're just gonna call it Stussy embroidery and print, Stussy embroidery logo. That's how you're gonna put it. So items, this is the final number of items that you are buying, that you place order. So out of this style you have 40, let's say 50. So blanks, how much did these blanks cost? Remember, this is for domestic production. So in my experience, they cost from 8 to 14, depending on your supplier. We're gonna add 12. Then print, for this type of print, the front and the back, let's say, because we only have the print in the back, we're gonna say it costs like $6. It depends, of course, on your print house, but I can tell this could cost $6. So we're gonna add $6, and embroidery is a bit little higher, so shouldn't cost that high, because sometimes I get some clients and then they tell me that the embroidery house is charging like 15 for something super simple. I think this shouldn't cost more than 5, so 5. Then we have size stack print, something they put in here. So depending on your, but this should cost like maximum 80 cents. Fold them back, probably 65 or 80, around that number. And then remember that every time you do a print, you will have to pay screen setup. Every print house has a different cost for the screen setup. So some of them may charge you like 40, some of them 50, some of them 35 per ink. Okay, so in this case that'll be 35 because it's white. But you have to check with them if they are putting two double layer of ink. So you have to check if this is 35 or 70, right? So in this case, you don't have to put in here 35. You have to put in here 35. That would be, that 35 is for the whole style, but it has to be 35 divided by the number of items. So that would be 70 per item, right? I hope that is clear. 35 is for the whole project, but you want to know the unit cost. So you want to know how much you're paying per t-shirt for that setup cost. So that's how you do it here. So 35 is the number, and then you divide it by the 50. You just have to change it here. Okay. Then unit cost, this is already, the formula is already here, so that'll be 25, which in my opinion is not that high, because you have to consider you're doing only 50. The higher the quantity, the lesser the unit cost, okay, the lower. So total cost, that'll be the result of multiplying this times this. So the total cost of your production will be $1,200. And then imagine you want to sell it at 49, right? You you can put here whatever. You can put here 54, 65, whatever. But I consider 49 or even 35. Some of you want to do it like 35, and which is kind of super low margin. You'll see why. So the total sales you'll be doing out of this $35 t-shirt will be 1,700. So the cost is 1,200. That means that you only be earning 500, and your total unit margin will be 28. So I always recommend, please try to do 80. So there are some ways in your production. Some people, they have like their range. If you buy 40, or if you buy 55, or the overall the print house, like probably they already have like a range. And if you do 52, let's do it like that. If you do 52, the print can cost $4. So just try to check that. Try to check their pricing list, because sometimes like just adding 2 items can make the whole difference, right? So it's better for you to do 52 and have a print cost of $4 than 50 and have a print cost of $6. Let's see. Like, you see how you are, by only changing this number, you remember it was 28, now you have 33. So you have almost $200 extra for you, for your net profit. So I'm gonna keep this 52, and then the unit cost, of course, decrease, and the total cost decrease as well. You keep it at 35. I recommend, sorry, my dog is doing something strange. So if you do 43, let's say, you have a margin of 46. If you do 54, you have a margin of 57, which is already something better, right? 54, I think it's something like people can buy something on 54 depending on the value that you're bringing in. It's hard, I know, but I always strive for having or giving my clients 60% margin minimum. Like I always think it's better if you had here 80. So try to make it try to decrease the cost of blanks overall. For example, let's take an example. If you have the opportunity of talking to your wholesale vendor of blanks, and you can lower this number to 8, that'll be huge, because like just doing 8, you're changing. Like instead of 57, you are having a 68 margin. So, and then your unit cost is 19, right? So try to do it. Try to play with your numbers, and then get a retail a unit cost, a lower unit cost, so that you can keep your retail cost at the same price, and then you can get more money at the end. Like, it's good. Like, this is already looking good. Like 900, like almost $1,000 total cost, and profit 1,800. That's already looking good. So this is something that I wanted to tell you about. One sec. Remember that this is just an example, and then you have to do the same for every single item that you have, just for you to know, like, this is a good exercise to keep your business healthy, like in finance, in organization, and all that. This is like something I am giving to you for improving your business health. So overseas cost sheet is a little bit more like easier, because you only need to worry about the unit cost that they are giving you. Let's say this is the same style. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna put here Stussy embroidery logo. Let's say it's the same, and the number of items you bought from your overseas vendor is 100, and then the unit cost they gave you is 15. So total cost will be 1500. Retail cost, let's take the same as here, so 54. Total sales will be the result of retail cost times, this is a total sales, retail cost times this, so you'll be doing 5400, and the total unit margin will be 72.2. So the net profit will be 3900. So you see how by doing, let's say, 100 units overseas, I can tell for sure that you can get it at $15. And instead of doing it domestic, like 50, you have a unit cost of 19. That's very like, that's on my experience, like a real lower cost if you are doing this small quantity. So by increasing only 15, you can get even like almost 10% more in margin. So out of 64, you get 72. So this is the numbers. These numbers don't lie, and these numbers can help you to make informed decisions and more confident decisions about how to do a style. Like if you do it overseas, if you do it domestic, what would that imply? What you have to consider, right? What are the lead times that you have to wait on this? How you can how would you need to handle your production? Because in this overseas, it's only placing order and then checking in and then receiving a sample, and then okay, sample is approved, let's go for the production. And in this case, you will have to do a lot of extra stuff, like taking all these blanks to the print house, getting the print house to your house, talking to the print house, talking to the vendor of the blanks. It has a lot of different steps, but you're having lesser quantity. So any of them are better, but it depends on every situation, right? So this cost sheet, I'm gonna put it in it's already in my website. So if you need something else, I'm here for you guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.